Guys, welcome to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we are doing another comparison video for you. A comparison of the QSP Puffin and the Civivi Elementum in S35VN. Alright, I felt the need to kind of compare these two because they are both roughly the same blade shape, they are both roughly the same length, and they're both S35VN. It gets a little bit more hairy because you got the carbon fiber and the titanium on the QSP Puffin, but you know that comes with price as well. So, as usual with my comparisons, and I say as usual, but I haven't done any in a while, but just so you guys know, I'm going off of looks, carry factor, ergonomics, blade shape, fidget factor, fit and finish, and value. So looks, carry factor, ergonomics, blade, fidget factor, fit and finish, and value. Cha-ching! So, without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So, first on aesthetics. Now, I don't think anybody in the world can tell you that both of these knives don't look nice. I mean, there's something really nice looking about these. But I think you can also tell by the materials and everything that it comes with, I'm going to go with the QSP Puffin. Not necessarily because it's titanium and carbon fiber, it's just the intricacies of what you're paying more for. I just appreciate it. I like it just visually better. Now there is a Civivi out there that's like the black on black with like the logo. That would be a better comparison because I would be a little torn there when it comes to aesthetics. That one's a little bit more difficult. But for this particular argument and these two particular knives, the looks are going to go to my QSP Puffin. Let's go to carry factor. So if we take a look at these. All right. So this is an extremely deep carry pocket clip on the Civivi Elementum. But on the QSP Puffin, it's a deep carry pocket clip, but I wouldn't call it, I don't even know if I'd call it deep carry. You got this much of your knife hanging out. It's not deep carry like that. It's not folded over or anything. So you got that. Second, the Elementum, I believe, might weigh a little bit less, maybe not, but take that for what you will. It's so minute that it really shouldn't go into the factors. I have to keep looking up in my video because it's too high for me to see, and I can't tell if these are centered. But also the Puffin's slightly longer, despite having probably just about the exact same blade length. So when it comes to carry factor, I'm gonna go with the Civivi Elementum. It's a little bit thinner, I feel like it's a little bit lighter, and it's a little bit more deep carry. And what these knives are, with these smaller knives, that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for something that's more deep carry, it's light, it's discreet, and it can pretty much go anywhere, right? Don't get any ideas. Next, we have ergonomics. So both of these in hand, despite being smaller knives, have decent ergonomics. You can get a 4-finger grip on them, and they actually feel really good for a small knife. Where the QSP Puffin does take the ergonomics, though, is that inlay, the carbon fiber inlay right there. Am I showing it right? Yeah, the carbon fiber inlay right there kind of provides a little bit of contouring to the scales. So in hand, it really does fill out my hand way better than the Civivi Elementum. The Civivi Elementum feels choppy, it feels kind of sharp in the points, and the edges, you can kind of feel the edges. Not as hot spots, just saying when you're comparing these two, I can feel the edges more so than the QSP Puffin. So to recap, the looks are going to the Puffin, the deep carry factor, or the carry factor, is going to the Civivi Elementum, and the ergonomics are going back to the Puffin. So the Puffin's currently leading 2-1. Blade. Both of these, this is a hollow grind, this is a flat grind. So this is going to be more slicey, this one's going to be less slicey, but you guys kind of know my feeling on that already. And they're both really, they're really quite, you know, just, they're both good slicers. But if you take a look at this blade stock, and obviously the Elementum is going to be a little bit slicier, a little more slicier than the Puffin, but take a look at the tips. This is where I value this more so than other things. Let's see here. You can see that Puffin on the left-hand side, the tips are just so much more robust. And I appreciate that. Being the same blade steel, it's going to have so much more non-tip chip. You know, like you're not going to chip that tip off. You're not going to break it off. So as you guys can tell, I'm biased on that. I love a little bit thicker blade stock because realistically, who needs 15 thousandths behind the edge? We like it, but you're sacrificing the strength of your blade, and I would prefer a little bit stronger of a blade. So that being said, I am giving the blade to the QSP Puffin. This is one that if you're going to argue with me, don't argue with me. I'll let you have it. You know, if you want it, take it. Elementum, sure. To me, I think the blade goes to the QSP Puffin. Let's go into Fidget Factor. So with the Civivi Elementum, the Fidget Factor on the flipper tab is pretty damn good. I truly do like that. The liner, you got a short ways to go and it's a little stiff. It's not as soft on your hands. Where the Puffin takes this again is this liner is soft and there's no jimping on it. It's just smooth and it just feels so good. And you guys can see the action on this guy. Just so nice. See? No back and forth, guys. I mean, this thing is insane for action. Now, I'm going to give this to the Puffin again. That being said, those of you that want to argue, well, I can't get my finger in that blade cutout, they make the same exact model for the same exact price with a thumb stud. I've never held that, but I'm just giving you guys that information. So if you guys want to argue with me, I will just argue with you to say, all right, let's go compare it against the thumb stud. And then you'll be like, well, you didn't do that for the aesthetics on the Elementum. The Elementum could be all black, and you said you'd like that better. I would, but I don't know who would win there. Despite having a thumb stud or not, I know my Puffin would take this down. So the Fidget Factor is going to the Puffin as well, leaving it 4-1 for the Civivi Elementum, or at 1 point for the Civivi Elementum, 4 for the Puffin. Last, we're going to go with Fit and Finish. Now, this one is difficult because you're comparing apples to oranges. All they did here was take a liner and slap it over some stainless steel, or take some scale, slap it over a stainless steel liner, did some cutout, and, you know, so there's that. And you can already tell I'm leaning more towards the Puffin, but in the end, you're going to see something else kind of play out. So this, they had to do a carbon fiber inlay. They had to do a backspacer that's pretty seamless. They have a pocket clip that's also titanium, and then some milling that goes up and down here. And there's just a lot more going on with the QSP Puffin. So for the fit and finish and not having any issues with the Puffin, I'm going to give it to the Puffin. That being said, once again, you're like, but... No, that being said, though, realistically, there's no issues on the fit and finish anywhere. I just feel like there was more work that went into the Puffin, and they still kept the fit and finish pretty nice. So, you know, that's my decision there, and that's how I came up with that decision. I'll kind of give you guys a... So, as you can tell, the Puffin's probably going to take this down, right? Because it's sitting 5-1 for the Puffin. Last but not least, value. This is unique. And this is, again, kind of hard to compare, right? If you're going off the value of just a strict knife, you have what matters is the blade steel, right? And the Elementum in S35VN is coming in at $80 whenever you can snatch it up. The Puffin is coming in at $140. So at face value, if you're just talking about a knife that you want to slice, you have your Civivi Elementum that takes it down $60 worth every frickin' day. If you want the titanium and carbon fiber and the little intricacies, is that worth $60 more? That's where I'm not going to make that decision. I don't know that it is. I can tell you the Puffin is a fantastic little knife, and I can also tell you the Civivi Elementum in S35VN is a fantastic little knife. But for me, if I cared that much about the cost, like if cost was like, you have to go with the Elementum every day, because everything else, they are so close and they are so good against each other that I think for $80, you're not going to be mad with an Elementum. It's kind of like the poor man's Puffin. Not that the Puffin's crazy expensive, but $60 more, you get titanium and carbon fiber, which is great. But at the same time, do you want to pay $60 more for kind of the same thing, right? A little bit better action. and that's about it. Maybe the ergos are a little bit better just because it's slightly contoured. That's up to you, but I mean, even the lanyard holes in the same spot. Like, everything looks so similar on these. This is just kind of like the blinged out Civivi Elementum, realistically. So the Civivi Elementum takes down the value by sheer fact that it is almost 60% the cost of the QSP Puffin. And at the end of it, there's two for the Elementum. The Elementum took down the carry factor and the value, but the Puffin took down the looks, the ergonomics, the blade, the fidget factor, and the fit and finish. Now, I can already tell somebody's going to argue about the blade and potentially, where's the other one that I was going to say? The looks. So if you want to sway it, the looks and the blade over, then the Elementum wins. But in my opinion, and for the sake of my channel, because this is my decision, I'm going to go with the QSP Puffin, and the QSP Puffin is the winner between between the Civivi Elementum and the QSP Puffin comparison. That's all I got for you guys. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great freaking day, guys. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comments below and hit the thumbs down button. In case you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon, which will be listed right here. In that Patreon, we're giving bi-monthly giveaways to just the Patreons based on the number of Patreons that we have in the Patreon. We will also be giving discounts on all the knives that I sell based on the number of patrons. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great day.